Alright guys, welcome back to GameSwap Mason, round 4 of our Wednesday Night Standard Showdown. One of these phases you will recognize from last round in Dan Kutzler, but he's not the reason that this match is on camera. The reason this match is on camera is that his opponent, Aaron Creech, is playing red-green Dinosaurs.
I'm not a fan of this deck. I may have got beaten by it before.
Yeah, you did. Well, this is a different deck. He has recently changed his deck. He used to be on Naya Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Which means, unfortunately, in this version, there is no Gishoth.
That makes Patrick sad.
That makes me very sad. I want to see a Gishoth trigger resolve on camera. I'm going to preface this round by saying, unfortunately, we will not, the commentators won't be able to interact with Twitch chat that much. Unfortunately, the computer we used to view Twitch chat, Windows 10 decided to force an update. What a shocker. So unfortunately, I'm sorry about that, guys. But we will do our best to commentate this match appropriately. Our stream runner is still able to see the chat. If you guys have any insanely important questions, like, she can tell us, and we will do our best to answer them.
Like, if you didn't know, 2 + 2 is 4.
2 + 2 equals fish, sir.
-1 is 3. That's quick maths.
I don't know how to deal with you.
Hey, we get to do Modern together tomorrow too.
We do, yeah. For Thursday night Modern tomorrow.
Yep.
Robert Meadows and I are gonna run it back. It's probably a misplay, but we'll live with it.
I mean, I actually know Modern a lot more than Standard though, so.
That's true. I could pull up. Thank you, Twitch chat, being smart. I'm gonna pull up the stream on my smartphone, and then watch.
So
Twitch
we got
chat.
Commune of Dinosaurs here.
Oh God. This is what we call primal stirrings instead of ancient stirrings.
Also, my other second favorite Commune card is Commune with Lava.
Okay. I don't know if Commune is it's not a card type.
No, it just has Commune on it.
Okay, so we'll see here now. What is the energy deck gonna be able to kill the dinos? Let's see. I thought he had a Drover of the Mighty in his hand. I was wrong. Oh, he has a Ronus in his hand.
Oh, baby, Snake
Ooh.
God. And you spell snake with S.
Papa Smurf, the Mind Sculptor. The answer to your question: what is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything?
Is if you're going to say 42, just
it's
get
42.
Out.
It's 42.
I don't get out. Just get out, Patrick.
I can't.
All
I'm
right.
currently sitting in this chair and don't want to get up.
All right, this is the legendary Snake God.
Yes. Into Ripjaw Raptor.
That's an honorary snake.
Is it?
It looks like one to me.
It's more of a bird. Technically, dinosaurs are in the family of birds and not reptiles.
You're wrong. I don't care.
I'm actually not. Science is on my side here.
I mean, you're right. I just don't want you to be. How about that?
That's true. Ripjaw Raptor is a card that is going to be challenging for Dan to profitably 1-for-1 here.
Same.
If he'd have to use something like a Revolted Fatal Push or a Vraska's Contempt. Well, thank you, Papa Smurf. Thank you very much. But he'd have to use something like a Vraska's Contempt or a Revolted Fatal Push to kill this Ripjaw Raptor without letting Aaron draw a card.
All right.
And also, well, there's a Harness Lightning, so we're just going to have an Enraged trigger, but it's going to die. But I was going to say, if his plan was to chump block the Ripjaw Raptor with Thopter tokens, which he actually doesn't have anymore. He doesn't have the energy to make Thopter tokens. But if he was, that would have not worked out well. Okay. Yeah. So there's a little misinterpretation of how much energy this should be. He's
That's
actually
a Samut.
Wait, which Samut?
A Planeswalker.
The Planeswalker Samut?
Yeah.
Samut the Balanced instead of Samut the Tested. She was tested and therefore is balanced. And by balanced, I mean not a great Planeswalker. But in my opinion, that's kind of the only balanced Planeswalkers are the ones that are like not really that great except for certain scenarios. I think Planeswalkers are a very powerful card type, and even the ones that are like just fine are just like better than your average card.
Yep, and this is Hunt Daddy of the Fell, Hunt Dino of the Fells.
Okay, now we're going a little too far here with the nicknames.
This is Hunt Dino to me.
Hunt Dino doesn't flip. It doesn't like flip and Searing Blaze your opponent.
I don't care. Yeah, you're right.
They're just gonna give all his dinosaurs haste. So does he have a big dinosaur? Does he have a Burning Sun's avatar? Please tell me there's a Burning Sun's avatar. We have a Commune with dinosaurs, so that's gonna find him a dinosaur. There's another Regisaur Alpha in the mix. There were 2 Regisaur Alphas. Is this lethal? They said Dan was like, play Regisaur Alpha, swing lethal, question mark. And so we were like, wait, is this lethal? Megathopter, block. It's not lethal, but... because he can block out of it, but if he doesn't block, I think it would be lethal. So he's double blocking both Regisaur Alphas, so he's basically going to 1-for-1 them and then take 6 because he chump blocked the Ronus. That is brutal. I'm interested to see what cards Dan has to come back with from this.
Who knows?
You were right. Tybalt is not a powerful Planeswalker or a powerful card.
I mean, he could be... No, so the thing with the Planeswalker cards in Gathering is they reference the amount of power they're willing to help someone out, not necessarily they're actually how strong they are. And so Tybalt...
It's technically true.
So Tybalt doesn't care about anyone, so he's like, I'll give you something, but nowhere near my full power.
I guess I believe that. But you're right, Tybalt is not... Tybalt's just a bad card in general. I don't think you can even make a...
So, this can give the Dino double strike.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure, see if that's lethal here. So he has to block Ronus.
Wait, this is lethal, right?
I'm counting.
No, because you pump up the dinosaur with Ronus, then you give it double strike and trample?
Yeah, well, it already has trample.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So that's 12. Oh, it's 10 damage. You can subtract 5. That's still 5. Yeah, that's lethal. And they're talking about it right now. And Dan's gonna see the writings on the wall, writings on the dinosaur, and that dinosaur and that snake god are just gonna smash his faces in. Yeah. So yeah, as you can read here.
Right.
Bolas does not agree with your interaction because Bolas is probably the most selfish of all the Planeswalkers, and he's really good, so he's, by your philosophy, he's giving you a lot, and why would Bolas give you anything?
Because he wants to win.
I don't know.
Also, like, or it just, like, be, I know something, like, it might just be the amount of power the Planeswalkers are showing at the story of the time the card's printed.
I don't know. How is Tybalt relevant to the story of Avacyn Restored or
it
the
wasn't.
Innistrad? He wasn't? Okay, then, yeah, doesn't matter. Delinquent Nation, thank you very much for the follow.
Yep.
And thank you very much for that.
Delinquents for life? I don't know.
So, sideboarding here for these 2 decks.
All right.
I would expect 4-color energy to bring in... I don't know, Vraska seems good in this matchup. I don't know what his sideboard main deck configuration of things like Scarab Gods, Vraskas. I don't know what that looks like, but Vraskas seem good, Scarab Gods seem good, so if he doesn't have them in the main deck already, he'll probably bring them in.
Maybe like if he has a second Vraska Tempt on the side?
Yeah, more just non-conditional, non-damage-based removal would be great.
Yep.
If he has Confiscation Coups on the sideboard.
Right, that could be gas. Maybe some...
Chandra doesn't seem great here.
I don't think he can play Chandra with the 4-color energy build.
Oh, that's right. He's the black version, so yeah, he can't really support Chandra that much.
I mean, he could. It'd just be hard on the mana. I'm just saying stuff now.
Yes, this is live.
Yeah.
Lance 10?
Yeah, this is live.
This is live, currently.
Because if you draft it unstable right now, at this very point in time, it would be dark outside, so you would have additional effects on one of the cards I can't remember the name of.
It's like a well-dressed vampire or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned vampire.
Yep.
So... Oh, God. I don't think we're going to see a Dovin Bond. I think we're playing all the colors that are not
There's no
Dobenbahn.
white. There's no white.
There's also not a lot of blue.
There's blue when needed.
Yeah. So, and then what do you think is going to come out of the board for Aaron? Try to hypothesize what's in the red-green dinosaurs sideboard.
I don't know an answer. Because maybe the Deathborn Scavenger or whatever.
Maybe I can see Deathgorge Scavenger being here.
Commune with the dinos.
So now we're just gonna see this one choice is gonna give us
lands. I forget.
Yeah, you can get a land or a dinosaur.
All right, and he's playing the sweet. I want to say this is Amonkhet full arts.
Yes, those are the Amonkhet full arts.
Because the hours had the. Because the hours looks more destructive, right?
Yeah. So the thing about the two different full arts is, in the Amonkhet full arts, the sun is not yet in between the horns, because the second sun is still approaching. But in the Hour of Devastation full arts, the approach to the second sun has come, so the sun is in between the two horns.
So I said it was Amonkhet, and you said yes to that, but then you just said it's Hour.
No, it's Amonkhet, isn't it? Yeah.
Can you ask what basics?
Those are Amonkhet. I'm telling you, I played with Amonkhet Forest for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, no, okay, he has both.
So. All the Hour of Devastation ones all have a little bit of a darker tinge.
Right.
Or in the case of the island, I think the Forest 2 have more of a red tinge.
I don't fault people for whatever basics they play, except if they're white bordered. But like even then,
white bordered is still fine. Like some people make the argument for.
Why.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can understand white border if you like with a tune in cases like that.
Yeah, like it just makes it easier to find them.
Yeah, but like I don't accept it in modern, honestly, because I'm.
It's because you're a jerk. Don't fault people for their basics.
Snow-covered lands are great. I like to use them during wintertime. And only the OG snow-covereds.
So here's a Ronus. And Ronus is a card that's pretty hard for Dan to deal with. He needs exactly Vraska's Contempt. I don't think, or I guess Confiscation Queue if he can. I still don't think his mana base can really support
Young.
Confiscation Queue. That's true. Die Young is a card that he could play.
I played it.
Oh, okay.
I had the reads.
I look foolish.
Boom.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
Let's go. The one.
that is some great card. That's a great card. It's a great timing.
You see, the reason I'm so happy about this because I typically don't get to up level Patrick in standard knowledge, so I'm just really proud about this one moment.
Yeah. Oh, and this is a really weak play. This is why you don't see Samut in that many decks. She cannot protect herself well at all.
I mean, I would at least want to Fork Bolt the Glint Sleeve.
I guess.
I mean,
that still doesn't seem great.
It's still die in this turn. That's the thing.
Papa Smurf says, Robert, you don't sound old enough, but I played when the snow covered were actually a thing. He's older than me. So.
Oh, okay. So, like, when it's Cold Snap.
Yeah, when you cared that they were snow covered.
No, I mean, like, I'm talking about the OG snow covered lands were Cold Snap, right?
That's what I'm assuming you're both talking about. Were there ever more snow covered lands?
Ice Age. Like,
wasn't Ice Age before Cold Snap? Cold Snap is the second set in the Ice Age block.
I just know like the snow covered lands got printed again with new border instead of old border ones.
Like new post M15 border?
No, like
or new like black border.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Ice Age maybe. I don't know.
I don't keep track of old cards. I don't care about borders. I honestly prefer like the new post M15 border myself.
You don't?
I do. I like the post M15 border.
Why is that?
Just to me, it looks cleaner. I like how the black of the border is more like rounded out. I think it makes the borders more distinguished, more defined. Right. It lets you see the collector's number, the artist title better.
Yeah, that was game 2.
Ice Age was so like way before Cold Snap, so I'm just wrong. That's fine. I wasn't playing Magic nearly anywhere near then, so I expect to be wrong about those things.
Yep.
Looks like Aaron had Nissa Vital Force in his deck.
I like that card.
I don't know if that is pre or post board, but yeah, that is a very powerful card. That's a great card.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite cards. I like that card in my EDH deck. I don't know how I feel about it in the standard.
I like it. It's something that I've been testing out in Teamer Energy sideboards a lot.
Let's help for like the mid range, like the mirrors.
It's good in the mid range matchups.
But isn't like what? So what's the pros and cons between that and Nissa Steward of Elements?
Okay, so Nissa Steward of Elements, the blue-green Nissa, is a lot better in when you're specifically playing against blue-black control.
All right.
Because that's a threat they can't that easily deal with. They can, but it provides you a lot of card advantage, and card advantage is what matters against blue-black control.
All right.
Because they're trying to one-for-one you. They don't normally play Bantu's Last Reckoning, so they don't have some kind of like sweeper card to wrath with. So just incremental scrying.
And like getting free creatures.
Getting free creatures, and then eventually just having this fireball effect is really good against them. And then I like it slightly more in the mirror than Nissa Vital Force, but not by a ton. And then Nissa Vital Force is a lot better against any kind of blue-white deck with Fumigate, because there you don't care about card advantage as much. You care more about, okay, I'm going to beat you down, beat you down, beat you down, and then counter your Fumigate, and then if you have another one, this is just basically Teamer getting access to Reality Smasher every turn. Just a 5/5 with haste every single turn.
Oh, I like that card for the ult.
Yeah, I don't think... I would never fault anyone for playing either Nissa. I think both are very good, and I think you just have to pair what control deck you want them for, and also how long of a game you're planning on playing in the Teamer Energy Mirror.
Yep. So, fun fact, I think this is the first time in 6 games Dan has actually turn 1 a tune.
I think you're correct.
Way to go, Dan. I knew you had it in you.
Yeah, if you're playing for a longer game in Teamer Energy, if you want to play for the long game, I think the blue-greenness is slightly better.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to be the aggressor, if you want to, like, leave in your cubs, you don't want to play for this attrition-style longer game, you want to kill your opponent as quick as you can, I think 5/5s for haste are where you want to be, so I think Nissa Vital Force is a little better then.
So I think Aaron starting with Basic Mountain is probably...
Yeah, starting off Basic Mountain, to me, means that he probably just has a heavy Rootbound Crag hand and no forest, which you can see there's a forest in his hand, and then he had 2 copies of Rootbound Crag.
He might have just drawn that.
I agree with you, Lancey. I think the unstable lands are gorgeous. The Friday it was released, I bought enough to put in my blue-white control deck in Modern.
He did.
And I have lost a single match since then, so they're obviously OP. Because that's how Magic works.
Didn't draw a card. You're not.
Maybe he didn't want to draw a card.
You're not playing Glincy Cypher to not draw cards.
If he plays a Whirl of Virtuoso right here, I think he would rather have the Thopter. Well, he gets an energy.
I think he just forgot.
Did he miss his trigger?
It's possible.
Okay.
That energy trigger you can actually miss.
Yeah, you can miss that trigger.
But oh well.
Yeah, it's friendly RL. When Kaladesh came out and like when Aether Revolt came out, I remember some of you guys might recognize Jonathan Topol sometimes commentates on Thursdays with me, and then also just played on the stream before. So the Aether Revolt release weekend, the Open in Columbus, he was very strict with his opponents about their Aether Hub triggers. If they did not somehow acknowledge it, and I mean, he was playing Jeskai Sahili this weekend. That deck came out. He didn't do that great. I also did not.
He day 2, didn't he?
No. He and his friend Evan got paired in like the 1-3 bracket.
I still think he did.
No. Tobal didn't. I don't think Tobal day 2'd. Did he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong.
I think he cashed that Open. I don't know.
I did decently at that Classic later, but me and my friend Zach West, other commentator that normally commentates with me on Wednesdays, unfortunately had to work thing tonight, so couldn't be here. So you get Meadows instead.
Hey, Patrick and I do know each other.
We're good. He and I tricked ourselves into playing a green-black Delirium deck, and this was post Emrakul ban, so we didn't really have top end, and you could not beat for Jeskai Saheeli to save your life, and I got paired against like 4 times.
I think that was just a bad life choice because you knew that deck was going to be big that weekend.
D-Sparg, I agree with you. I think if you actually care and devote energy to your getting your opponents on their energy hub Aether Hub triggers, you're probably going to get worse in Magic. It's not something I really... Those, like, incidental triggers, like, if we're not playing at Comp REL, and even if it's, like, the first few rounds in the tournament, I'm not that big on being a giant rules lawyer about it. Like, if I was at an Open, and it's my first, like, 3 rounds where it's... Especially if it's possible my opponents are not... This could be, like, their first Open. That could be the first time with a deck. I've been known to, like, let them get their energy. It's normally not going to be that big of a deal that I'm really worried about it.
Yeah, and look, standard All-Star Die Young.
Yes, Die Young. I even had an opponent. I don't remember what I was playing. I think I was playing some kind of... This was back before I decided that Collected Company was a horrible Magic card, and I was playing some kind of Collected Company deck. My opponent plays Copperline Gorge tapped, thinking it just came into play tapped. I told him... I like informed him that it came into play untapped, and then he bolted my bird. And I was like, oh. But it's still fine. Like,
I mean, yeah, technically it does come in. Yeah. I don't blame you for that.
That's not something that he can miss, anyways.
Yeah. I think...
Yeah, like, if... So, for me, like, when we're talking about, like, getting someone on their Aether Hub triggers, if it's the difference between a Thopter and or like a activational Bristling Hydra, and they have like it's been like a turn cycle or something since
that's way too late.
Like that's too late. Like for me, if they remember in like the first like within a phase, then I'm probably fine. Like if they give me priority, like again after it happens, then I'm normally like, you've taken a little too long. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but
Scarab God.
Again, it's not something that I heavily care about.
Yeah, like.
But yeah, this is one of the things I was talking about earlier. Like, how does a dinosaur deck beat Scarab God?
It doesn't.
Carnage Tyrant. That's the answer.
Long live the Carnage Tyrant. Just race it. I don't know.
I honestly don't know how it beats it.
Yeah. So. Oh, that's a Carnage Tyrant in Aaron's hand, but it's like. If you're just like really just trying to rules loyal people into win games, and not focus on getting better, like you're not going to do well. Generally.
Yeah.
Like,
as good as the card is in unstable draft, being a rules lawyer is not necessarily a good thing.
I mean, I do chalice check my opponents.
Oh yeah, all the time. I was playing Burn against a Bant Eldrazi opponent born in Chalice. I cast like 10 spells into that Chalice, and he remembered every time. That's not like...
Yeah.
That's different than missing an Aether Hub trigger. That's very different.
Yeah. Also, I don't remind my Burn opponents with Eidolon triggers.
Well...
for me.
Yeah, reminding... So that's... I don't know, saying you know about it, like, if you don't remind them about one for you and then remind them about their own, that's a little scummy. Like, just a little bit. I'm not... Like, technically it's true. But, I don't know, it's just weird to me. This is awkward. This Copperline Gorge could come to play tapped.
Yeah.
Or not Copperline Gorge, Rootbound Crag. Oh, never mind, there's a forest. So, but again, now we're in the point where has Aaron had anything that's died? The Deathcore Scavenger.
Yeah, the
okay.
Dino.
All
right. So
how does he beat Scarab God?
Race it.
I guess
Cause
he has to race it with his Carnage Tyrant, but
what's the exact stat on Carnage Tyrant? It's been for a while.
7/6. It does a 7/6 hexproof trample.
Oh, baby.
But
that's a
like Dan can just double block Carnage Tyrant, and then he gets his Scarab God back, and without a Deathcore Scavenger, Aaron doesn't have a good way to like actually deal with that.
I mean, so what Dan can do, he can Animate the Ripjaw Raptor. No, Deathborn Scavenger. Oh, I hate all these dinos with different names.
You just gotta learn the names, man. Get good.
Okay.
Okay, there's another Deathcore Scavenger. So the double block with Scarab guy doesn't look as good now.
I mean, he can. Oh yeah. I mean, it's still fine.
Well, you don't want to double block with Scarab God anymore.
No, you can get the Deathborn Scavenger out of Aaron's graveyard, and then use the Glint Sleeve and whatever 4/4 you make to block the Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to block with the Scarab God right now.
Oh yeah, no, you might block the 3/3.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Aaron has a removal spell for the Scarab God, what he could do, like something like a Savage Stomp, I think is the one he would really need here.
So I actually would have got the Deathborn Scavenger for Dan out to eat the Rogue Refiner to gain life.
Well, no matter if you you don't target a creature with the Deathcore Scavenger trigger, because whatever you target, Dan's just going to get back, and then you don't gain the life at all. I'd rather have the plus trigger on my Scavenger, because that's something that's going to happen.
Because Aaron did target the Rogue Refiner.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I know, I'm just saying, like, Dan could have just got the Deathborn Scavenger. There's a red card in his hand. I don't know what it is. I know, but hey, man, you gotta live and die by the dinos, Aaron.
So, what is gonna happen here with this attack? So, if there were, let's say, like, if Aaron has a way to kill the Scarab God, he can kill the Scarab God and then attack with Scavenger and exile it. So now I think what Aaron is saying is he doesn't think he can win a long game unless, I don't think this is lethal, right? We block there, block there, block.
You eat a creature, you gain life.
And doesn't get a +1/+1 counter. It gets +1/+1 till end of turn.
So this is a crap ton.
4, 8, 11. Chandra's defeat there is really good.
Fatal Push for the token would be nice.
I don't think he kept Fatal Push. I wouldn't keep Fatal Push in this matchup. It's not that good.
You can use a Scarab God to block the 3/3 Dino token.
I would use the 4/4 to block the 3/3 Dino token.
No, you want the Carnage Tyrant on your battlefield, I feel like.
I like this block from Dan. He blocks the 4/3 Deathcore Scavenger with a Scarab God, and then double blocks the. So your options are either double block the Carnage Tyrant or use the Rogue Refiner to jump in front of the Dino token. Then you either eat both of his creatures and then take 7, go to 1. But this way he's going to take 4, go to 4. Aaron's going to be left with just a 3/3 against the Scarab God. Dan can then reanimate the Scarab God.
You mean Carnage Tyrant?
Yeah, sorry, the Carnage Tyrant. And then I think.
So one thing that Dan could have done though was before combat, Sean just defeat the Regisaur Alpha, so the Deathborn Scavenger that just came in play couldn't have attacked.
So I like the way Dan did it because you know you're not gonna die on that attack.
Right,
and
fair.
This way you get a chance to eat the Deathcore Scavenger. The way you lose this game is involves him answering your Scarab God, and that involves Deathcore Scavenger, so I want to get Deathcore Scavenger off the board.
Yeah, I mean, so I actually do like, again, the Regisaur Alpha here, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because then you get 2 bodies, and then any dinosaur you animate then has haste.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot hunt dinos in the graveyard.
You're right, he should have taken 5. I don't know why I said 4. You're correct, Papa Smurf.
Man, Papa Smurf.
So I think he should be at 3 then. Yeah. I just can't math.
I can't math either. I'm a Chem E too.
I'm a criminal justice major. We don't need a math. So, yeah, no, I like that reanimation on the Regisaur Alpha because that's just gives you 2 bodies, the 4/4 plus the 3/3. He's scrying and saw Bristling Hydra. So Dan still has the Rootbound Crag in hand. I'm trying to figure out. I don't think you can attack with anything here, because just a Regis or Alpha is lethal. So Aaron's got a chance. If Aaron untaps with Regis, or if he untaps, draws Regis or Alpha. Ooh, that's a good question. So they're asking the judge if Regis or Alpha retains its color to be a red creature. I actually don't think it does, because I think Scarab God specifically says it has to be a black zombie. It becomes a black creature token. And apparently Aaron boarded in Chandra's defeat to fight Glorybringer, and there are no Glorybringers in Dan's deck anymore. Okay, so yeah, Scott, our resident judge, says it's just black. It is not red. So Aaron draws Commune. Can he find? What does he find? 2 Savage Steps, like another Carnage Tyrant, a Riptoraptor. So we take Carnage Tyrant here because that's big and has trample. I think the dinosaur deck wants to take things that are big and have trample. And we play this. He has to take 1 damage to do it. So every time someone plays Carnage Tyrant, have you ever seen King Crush be played in Hearthstone?
Yeah.
I just imagine that, like this slow stomp and then just bam. Okay, so. And then now I think Dan's just going to run away with this game. He gets to bring back another Ripjaw Raptor, or he gets to bring back Deathcore Scavenger, Ripjaw Raptor, or Carnage Tyrant. They'll have haste. But more importantly, we're no longer at a point where Aaron can top deck something like a Ripjaw Raptor to have multiple bodies that have haste. So I think Aaron just has to hope he forgot about the Lightning Strikes he put in his deck and top deck a Lightning Strike to win this game, but that's not even going to work anymore because now we're going to gain some life.
Yep.
So I think we're at the point where we're point of no return. Dan's going to have taken over this game. Unless he makes a bad attack and then can somehow die to Ripjaw Raptor. Or Regis or Alpha. I keep saying Ripjaw Raptor. I mean Regis or Alpha. But we'll see. Or does Dan just have lethal? So Aaron goes to 10. And then he blocks the 5/5 and the. So Aaron would go down to 3. Does so if Dan, and we know Dan has the other land, so yeah, I think Aaron's just dead on board.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And we knew he had that land because that Root Band Crack's been in his hand for a while. Oh, that's not a dinosaur. That doesn't have haste. Dan, why are we missing lethal?
It's just like Hearthstone. They just miss it. You know what I mean?
Dan, don't miss lethal.
Dan, the man with the plan, obviously doesn't have a plan here.
It's not the best plan. I go for the best plan, the lethal plan.
I go for the stylish plan.
That's always wrong. So Dan just apparently likes killing his opponent on the upkeep, I guess. So he attacks with he can't attack with everything now, because if you attack with everything, it's not dead.
You could have got a dinosaur, Dan.
Yeah, Dan's lamenting that the Hydra is not a dinosaur.
Wait, are they zombie? Do they become zombie dinosaurs?
They do become zombie dinosaurs.
Rawr, zombies.
Because Scarab God says zombie in addition to its other types.
All right,
I believe.
Oh, there's zombies?
No, they're dinosaurs too. It's a copy of the card, except it's black.
Bring up Scarab God. I know we probably shouldn't need this. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie.
Oh. Is it still? I think it's still a dinosaur though.
No, it just becomes a black zombie.
Oh. Well, then.
We're both dumb.
Okay.
It's okay. We're both done, folks.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about.
It's not that often that I have seen dinosaur creature type in play with Scarab God, like all that mattering. Okay, so I still think we're at the point of no return. I still think Dan is eventually going to win this game.
Yeah, so I assume we would care more about this if Dinosaurs was more relevant in the meta and Regisaur Alpha, but like...
I don't know, Regisaur Alpha is still a very powerful card.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it is.
Thank you, Twitch chat, you were correct.
What?
Oh, they're just reiterating the fact that we can't play Magic, we're dumb, and don't know how types work.
Yeah. We know Modern a lot... Well, I know Modern a lot better than... Standard.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen here is Dan doesn't have to attack. He can just reanimate creatures every turn and then drain him out with Scarab God triggers.
No, I just like beating face, man. I think this looks lethal.
So one of the Death Court Scavengers has Summoning Sickness. He's at 7. We attack with everything. He blocks Scarab God, Regisaur Alpha, or blocks Scarab God Hydra. Yeah, that's lethal. So Dan has the lethal attack. Will he make it?
He might.
He just said he's going to swing out. And that is everything. That is lethal damages.
Because, like, the 3/3 Dino and any 4/4 connect is lethal.
Yeah, so he blocks the Hydra and blocks the Scarab God. And then...
Alright, so I think the game's done here.
Yes, the game is over.
Alright. Just, like, turn to do...
Okay, one of those Scavengers, I believe, is just...
Oh, yeah.
That's so unintuitive to me.
Like, it's not weird.
Can we check that with Scott?
No, it's right, because if it becomes a addition.
Yeah, I know there's no in addition clause still. That makes no sense to me.
I mean, a dinosaur is only a dinosaur if it's alive.
It should just be a zombie dinosaur. Like, flavor-wise, it should just be a zombie dinosaur.
You just want zombie dinos to be a thing, don't you?
No, it just would make sense. Like, it's very unintuitive, and Wizards tries to keep things intuitive, like in their design. But anyway, doesn't matter. Dan still has a lethal attack. That's gonna be round 4 here, going 2-1 for Dan over Aaron, and that's gonna be it for us tonight here at GameSwap Mason for Top Deck Productions.
Also, something funny I just realized. Dan was 201 coming in, and since he won, he's 301. And since how Standard Showdown works, it's like first and second gets 2 packs or whatever, right? So
is it?
Yeah, so he might knock Mario or Taylor out of getting first and second packs.
That's funny. I don't know. Standard Showdown packs are great.
Yeah.
I would still also love... That's the one thing that's unfortunate about commenting tonight is I don't get those sweet Standard Showdown packs.
Same.
But you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather be here with you guys, here with Twitch chat.
Not me. Just Twitch chat. I'm just here.
So yep, that's gonna be it for round 4 here.
All right.
If you like what you're seeing, please go to our Patreon at patreon.com/TopDeckProductions.
Yep.
Or you can subscribe to our Twitch page here. You're at the Twitch page, so you know how to get there already.
Hopefully.
And
hey, they could be on YouTube, watching us on YouTube, and
they could be watching. You could be if you're watching us on YouTube later in the week. These videos should go up tomorrow. It is twitch.tv/TopDeckProductions.
Yep, and just remember, you will hear these 2 lovely voices back again tomorrow for some hot modern action, which
tomorrow modern at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep, and hopefully, for me personally, I'd be a lot more enthusiastic about it. A lot more what.
We got to make sure we know the format for SCG Columbus happening first weekend of January.
Yeah, I think we both are playing on it.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing, and then I'm definitely playing Blue White Control in that.
So me, So far, I'm settled on a Blue Red Kiki Moon.
Okay.
But, if you know me...
Yeah, you could go anywhere.
Like, I remember for GP Indy a year ago, I got drunk at 3 a.m. and decided a Blue Moon list. Decided I wanted to play Blue Moon when I was drunk. Then at 7 a.m., I made a 75.
Yep, makes sense.
And I day 2 that GP. I don't know how.
Yep. Okay, so that's going to be it for us here today guys. Hope you guys have the greatest of your night.
All right.
Hope you guys have a good day tomorrow, and hopefully we see you tomorrow at 6:30 for Modern.
See ya.
You guys have a great night.